Hello people, I am Jaby KOAY, joined by Greg ALBA. We are going to look at, and hopefully I can say this at least somewhat not bad.
YAMLA PAGLA DEEWANA for C.
I love the confidence you did there. YAMLA PAGLA DEEWANA for C. Hopefully that was correct. This is directed by Navneet Singh, written by Dheeraj Ratan, Bunty, or Thor, and stars Dharmendra, Sunny Deol, Bobby Deol, and Salman Khan. Or at least he's in the movie somewhere. This comes out July 13th, so mark your calendars if you want to see this fun comedy film. Here we go. Don't Make Me a Liar trailer. Don't Make Me a Liar.
इस स्टोरी में इमोशन है, ड्रामा है, ट्रेजेडी है और बहुत सारा एंटरटेनमेंट.
That's promising.
ये है यमला परमार, जिस उम्र में लोगों को फरिश्ते दिखते हैं.
भाई हमें तो परियां नजर आ रही हैं.
इस बंदे ने कभी किसी का दिल नहीं तोड़ा. You know why?
अरे एक वैद से अवैध काम क्यों करवा रहे हो?
Whoa.
ना प्यार, ना पैसा, ना कोई काम. इस दीवाने की सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है.
सुनो बोलने वालों,
इसका नाम.
लोगों के बच्चे घर आते हैं, वो कहते कि मेरा लाल आ गया. मुझे कहते थे मेरा काला आ गया. काला.
तू नींद पिएगा?
अरे हम पंजाबी हैं, इतना पानी तो दारू देखते ही मुंह में आ जाता है.
I didn't know that was a thing.
મજામાં બરોબર છે.
સારું છે.
દારૂ છે.
Oh, there he is.
परमार साहब करते हैं.
आप कौन?
मैं मस्ताना.
Well, Salman Khan has a nice little appearance in here. That's cool. There was a little moment there that I think that was like a language barrier thing because he said it's good and he goes, it's booze?
Yeah.
Or something like that. Like there was obviously a language thing. I didn't know there was any association with Punjabis and drinking, or Punjabs and drinking. I don't know how you, I'm sorry. Ignorant American. I didn't know there was like an association with drinking. I associated Punjabis with being like the warrior types, like taller, like the Punjabi women are usually taller. And
I like Punjabi women, yeah.
So, what's the story, Greg?
Well, according to IMDb, you could add a plot right here.
yeah, IMDb doesn't offer any plot. Like, I don't understand the relation between, the first guy and the second guy, but I see he's a tough guy. I'm wondering if it's like a generational thing.
I'm kind of confused on what to take from it. I mean, the first guy they show, it seems like the first two people they show are the older people, and you might be right about the generational thing, because they look related. And just something about, like, when you see them all in the three in the same shot, they look like they're family members.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on, I can help you out here. So these guys are brothers. They're actual
like the
siblings.
Douglases.
Yes, they're actual siblings making a movie together. Okay, I knew they were related. I thought Sunny Deol was the older one. I didn't realize Bobby Deol was the older one. Bobby Deol is nice and fit. It looks like Bobby Deol is kind of the prodigal son, having fun in life, spending time with women and drinking.
Well, he looks a bit like an alcoholic. It seems like his life isn't fully together, while the other guy is as tough as nails and has his life in check.
Right.
When their dad's a pimp.
Right.
Yeah.
It seems like the prodigal son, and so like he's got to return to his roots and find his ways again, and I guess regain his honor, his father's honor and respect.
Well, yeah, he needs to gain the honor of that guy who's riding around with hot chicks on motorcycles.
Yeah, damn right.
I imagine that the big highlight of this film is not even so much about figuring out what the plot is, but just about watching these three family members interact with each other on the big screen.
Yeah.
It's just like when you see the Sheens interact with each other, or the Douglases, or the Wilsons over here in America. And then you see these three guys, you got a legendary one and the sons of the legendary one. I imagine that would be a big highlight for people who are fans of them. And it looks like they're having a really fun time together. I like it when families do that, where they're not doing a movie that's serious, but they're doing one that's just all about having a blast when they're hanging out with one another.
Like Godfather 3 and Sofia Coppola.
Yeah, something like that.
That's a joke. That's a stupid joke. I love the idea of these family members working together. That's super cool to me.
What I like about it, too, is the Sonny character looks more like what might be typecast as the guy who probably doesn't have his life together. Mm-hmm. And then you got the Bobby character, Deol. You got Bobby Deol, who's like young, good looking, fit, and he's the one who doesn't have his life together. And he's not the tough one beating up everyone, but the other guy who's a little bit more overweight, looking older, is the one who's beating up everyone. So kind of like that role reversal of that.
Yeah. I think his act is going to get cleaned up when he falls in love with that girl.
Yeah.
Because she's going to straighten him out. He's going to realize he has to behave a certain way. He can't continue his hooligan ways.
That's the way all alcoholics get cleaned up.
Exactly. You just
fall in love.
Find a lovely woman.
Yeah.
She'll straighten you right out. That was a fun little cameo appearance of Salman Khan at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what he's doing in this film, but I imagine his role is not very big in this movie. It's just a fun
it seems like one of those movies where the highlight is not so much about its deep plot, but more about getting a cast together and watching them interact with one another, which is fine. I think a lot of time that's really entertaining when you could just be like, "Ooh, these famous people hanging out in the movie."
It's more about them jiving off of each
the chemistry and whatnot.
Exactly, and just having fun.
I'm down for that.
It's like a party movie, just hanging out.
Yeah,
like Tarantino without the violence.
Mm-hmm.
That was an interesting line when he goes, "When I see booze, my mouth already fills up with water." I just want to say I know what that feeling is like. I can identify with that. Like I see it, I'm like, yep. Not that I'm an alcoholic. I just like to drink a lot every day, 3 times a day.
Ah, yeah. Borderline.
I'm just joking. This is from Wikipedia. It says YAMLA PAGLA DEEWANA 2 in the 3rd installment.
But it's not an installment in terms of it being an actual part 3. It's not a continuation of the early.
It's a sequel to the 2013 film.
Yeah, but if you look at the plot, this film would not be a continuation of the earlier parts.
I didn't read that far down. Gregory's reading ahead. It's a completely new story, even though it's a sequel.
Well, the thing about Salman Khan, I wonder if it's going to be one of those cameos, though, where people are going to tune in to see this movie for him. Like, oh, I'm a huge fan of him, and then he's barely in the movie. Is that the kind of thing that would upset fans of this kind of franchise?
Oh, I don't think so. I think they know already, just from the trailer alone, that he barely has a role in this film. It's certainly a draw because there's a lot of like diehard Salman Khan fans out there.
They feature him for like a split second here.
Yeah. There are people who would probably go watch the movie just because he's in it, and that's a smart move. Like, that's just a good tactic to use. There's a Salman Khan movie that had SRK in it for like a hot second, and I feel like a lot of people went to watch the movie just for that little moment that he's in the film.
Okay, but the fans don't get upset if they're barely in it?
It doesn't seem like it. The fans actually like just seeing their
fascinating.
Star.
It's not how it works over here.
Well, because over here it's not clear that it's just a cameo appearance.
Yeah,
over here they trick you. They literally trick you. I'm not super familiar with Dharmendra, but it seems to me that he is an iconic Indian actor. Forgive me for not knowing more about him, learning new things all the time. But it says right here in IMDb, Dharmendra is one of the biggest stars of Indian cinema. Their first line. See? Dharmendra Deol played the romantic hero in woman-centric films from 1960 to 1968, became a romantic hero from 1968 to 69, and played the role of an action hero from 71 to 1997.
Wow.
He's appeared in over 306 films. Oh, this guy. He's clearly done a couple of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been around the block a few times.
To go from romantic to action hero? He's a good old Greg Alba in the making, right?
This is my first exposure to him. If you guys want to recommend any of your favorite Dharmendra films in the comments below, please be sure to do that. Whatever you think are his best of the best of the best. Just the tone of the video it seems like a really fun movie, something that I'd want to watch. And like you said, it seems like something that you just want to see these people hang out, hear their conversation.
It's like a hangout comedy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like the vibrant colors. It certainly speaks to it being a comedy. But that's almost standard. Whenever I see an Indian film, I almost expect to see like the beautiful
yeah.
Hold on. Stop saying Stop saying I'm trying to get my thought out. I almost expect to see the beautiful cinematography is what I'm trying to say. And this had it, even though it's a comedy. Like comedies over here don't have great cinematography. They're just kind of rough and ready.
Well, I mean, that's something that I like about the trailer is I feel like comedies out here are, especially lately, are more like, let's just have actors improvise and we'll edit around them.
Yeah.
There's something about this kind of comedy that feels like visual comedy.
Yeah.
And that's something I feel lacks over here. So this is something that seems very structured and symmetrical and very much timed and storyboarded as opposed to let's just have them talk and we'll edit around that.
Right.
There's very specific shots that I imagine deal a lot with getting the right punchlines down.
But even beyond that, like this shot here, this is just a beautiful shot. Even though it is being titled an action comedy, it feels more like a comedy than anything else. For me, like in terms of like our perspective on things, it feels like a throwback to like what we used to have in the 50s and 60s. Like the one I always go back to is it's a mad world. The way that's shot is much like the way they would shoot anything back then. It was, you know, beautifully shot. It was very cinematic. Now it's not so much with comedies, whereas this is maintaining that, and I really appreciate that. Anyways, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Be honest, be verbose. By the way, Greg ALBA has an event happening in Los Angeles. If you want to fly down, he's only got 50 seats, so everybody come and fill it up. Come down. I'm going to be there watching Greg from the side. I'm just going to be waiting for the times that he mentioned Jaby KOAY and be like, whoo. Thanks so much. Once again, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out our other reactions, reviews, short films. I'm Jaby KOAY. This is
Greg ALBA.
Peace out.